gentlemen, welcome to the first recap show. My name is, well, as you guessed it, Kyle Malin. And following this week's Fever, a lot happened at Fever this past week that we just could not sit back and not talk about it. So that's what we're going to do here today. This is the first recap show since we come back. So first off, I just kind of want to touch on, we got word in the back during an interview that Bill Sullivan and Jeff the Killer, who have been a force in the tag team, so to speak. Like, they've come out, they've been at shows, they've been on almost every single card that we've had. However, since teaming together, it does not seem that they've been doing all too well. We caught up with Dr. Bill, and Dr. Bill has basically said that he is flat out frustrated, upset and pissed off at Jeff the Killer because of the simple fact that they have not won but one match as a tag team since they started out as a tag team. Could this really be forming a rift between the two? Could Dr. Bill be wanting to get some revenge on Jeff the Killer coming up in the next few weeks? Who knows? We tried to reach Jeff the Killer, and unfortunately, he could not be reached. We just wanted to point out, like, the Amazons division here is really starting to heat up. However, the Amazons champion Sophie, the Archangel Sophie, claims that there is no real competition in the Amazons division, claiming that she has held this belt for more than 10 weeks now, and no one has been able to take it away from her. However, Zhao Zhao Chen, who she has faced on several occasions, has come forth to say that the Archangel Sophie has only been able to actually legitimately beat her once, and claims that the Archangel Sophie has not legitimately defended the Amazons Women's Championship all but one time, and claims that the Archangel Sophie, based off of a win-loss record, should not be the Amazons champion. As it is known, Archangel Sophie has been known to take the champion's way out, whether it be by disqualification or count-out victories, or even by the match just not starting to begin with. Thus, she retains the belt, which is a very smart decision. She is still undefeated in championship matches since she has won that title before we went on the air with our first Mayhem. Now, CWO newcomer Heather Diamond, on the other hand, says that both of it says, and I quote here, ladies and gentlemen, these are not my words, these are Heather Diamond now. Heather Diamond says, and I quote, "These bitches need to recognize a diamond when they see one." Now, it's no, well, I guess you could say, mistaken facts that Heather Diamond also has two other sisters who used to be in the wrestling business, and from what we understand, have kind of both been locked away in the same asylum. So, as of right now, she's the only sane Diamond sister. What's going to happen in the Amazon Championship division as we head into Money in the Bank here in a couple of weeks? So far, we have no idea, but from what I'm being told is that the Amazon division might just end up having their own Money in the Bank. However, as of today, there is a #1 contender for the Amazons Championship. When it comes down to it, the Angel of Death herself won a ladder match in order to win the #1 contendership for the Amazons Championship. Let's see what happens when Money in the Bank rolls around the corner. Will Archangel Sophie be able to defend her championship? Because we're being told by the championship committee that it will be on the line. And they're also saying that on this and the Friday Night Fever, the Friday before we have the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, there will be an announcement as to who will be facing Sophie for the Amazons Championship. So make sure you stay tuned. Superstar from Friday Night Fever has to go to Hardcore. Hardcore is a veteran here in the ring. He's come out of retirement, so to speak, and come back into the main fold. He's been working the indies for the last over a decade and a half. He used to run his own indie federation that did get some normal normal TV time up in the Midwest there in central Minnesota and eastern North and eastern South Dakota, as well as Iowa and Illinois. He's a veteran of the business. And this past Friday night on Fever, the board of directors, looking to help promote competition within the CWO, decided that they were going to take somebody as a rookie to the CWO and stick him into a match against the World Heavyweight Champion to see exactly where he'd stack up. Now, little did they know, till I found out about the match, and I did some research into this because I am the voice of the CWO. Hardcore trains Logan in the wrestling business, the heavy metal machine. He trains the superstar Dwight Powell. He trains John Goldman, Big Nasty. He trains them all and brought them into his company. And some 20 years later, we're looking at the CWO. When Hardcore was the world champion, he was beating Logan on a regular basis. Now, 20 years later, roles reversed. Now it is the student against the teacher. Hardcore put on what has to be the best match of the week against the heavy metal machine Logan, the world champion. However, in the end, Logan attacked him with a steel chair, and Hardcore has this to say about the fact that Logan did that. He claims that Logan decided to get it on the match the cheap way, and that next time it's going to be Logan with his head wrapped around the steel chair. It seems to be building up between these two folks. See just exactly what's going to happen next week on Friday Night Fever. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we want to touch base on what's happened this past week on Friday Night Fever. It's left a bunch of fans confused, including myself. See, in a match against Chase Silver, Anthony the Kid, were facing off in one-on-one singles action when all of a sudden Anthony the Kid gets ready to perform his finishing move out of the corner. He gets ready, he's setting it up Chase Silver, and all of a sudden the referee stops the match. There's no explanation as to why the match ended. We're trying to figure out why. Hold on. Okay, hold on folks, I'm being handed this here. Oh, that's why. Time limit expires. We went to a commercial break, we come back and we're getting ready for the end of the match, but the time limit had expired. Are you fucking kidding me? No folks, we are not a PG company. You gotta be fucking kidding me. So, okay. Hey ladies and gentlemen, again we're going to be targeting yet another cruiserweight who had some balls leading up to Armageddon, coming out and challenging the world heavyweight champion to matches pretty much. Now, Sean O'Hara was only 5'10", weighing 160 pounds, giving up a full 80 pounds and a good 4 inches to the world champion. Still managed to put on a not a really good match. He got his ass handed to him. So it's a really cage match against the world champion. You got your ass handed to you, mate. But when you think about it, since he lost to the world's heavyweight champion, he's not really been doing all that well. And picks up yet another loss here on Friday Night Fever. But Sean Hurl, what does he need to do in order to turn around? Because when we look at his win-loss record here in the CWO, Sean Hurl, we love him. He's only 2-4 with 1 draw. So he needs to do something at this point to try and get himself to bounce back. Can he bounce back? Can he get back into the world title scene? Welcome back to the recap show. We're getting near the end here. Just want to give you a quick rundown of the champions and their rankings. Because this is the first time that we've done this. This is going to be weekly, and it will include both shows right now, Monday Night Mayhem and Friday Night Fever. The championships as they stand right now are the CWO Television Championship, which is the lowest ranking belt, singles belt on the card. Has to be defended on every televised event. So right now it's defended on Mayhem, Fever and pay-per-views. The champion must appear at house shows and whatnot. Right now, the current CWO World Television Champion is Blake Hale. He is a 2-time champion, the former champion being Red Mantis. The current CWO Extreme Champion is Eric Anderson. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the recap show. We've got the tag team champions, which are the Super Duo. Now, there aren't too many tag teams in the division right now, and there's a lot of debate as to who the #1 contenders are, because it could be pretty much any team. Now, Ace and Reese want to become the #1 contenders, as you know, they haven't been doing too bad as a tag team. But the Darksiders, the Horse, Darkside and Lightside, his twin brother, are 4-0 since they came into the CWO. So the #1 contenders have yet to be determined. However, the CWO World Tag Team Champions are the Super Duo, and there's much speculation as to how they got these tag team belts. We're not fully sure as to what happened. Last we heard, they were the last CWO Tag Team Champions when we were still on the Fed Wars TV network. However, we held the tournament, and they won the tournament as well. So we have no idea if they were retaining or if they won it again. So record stand as the CWO Tag Team Champions of the Super Duo is only being a 2-time Tag Team Champion. Okay, Tag Team Champion. Next up is the CWO Amazons Championship. The Amazons are women's, as you sometimes hear me because keep doing commentary in the indie scenes. The Amazons Championship is our response to the WWE and WCW and all other women's championships that are out there. Knockouts. Amazons. We started it first, TNA. We started it first. So you're not originators of that one, for sure. Fuck the owl. Fuck the owl. The current CWO Amazons champion right now is the Archangel Sophie, who, and this is what boggles my mind and a lot of other people, is her win-loss record is really bad. She's only had 2 wins with 7 losses and 1 draw, so she's doing really bad, but she's still the Amazons championship. And she's defended the title once and won the match. However, every other match she's lost has been by DQ, countouts or other means. So, as we had stated before. So once again, your current CWO Amazons champion is the Archangel Sophie. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the recap show. This is the final of the recap This is the CWO World Heavyweight Championship, the most prestigious belt in wrestling. The CWO World Championship has been around since 1995. And right now, the current world champion is the heavy metal machine, Logan, who is also a two-time Hall of Famer, and of those 2 times, he is a 1-time CWO Hall of Famer. So he is a legend here in the CWO. He is the current world champion. He won it in a tournament to determine who was going to be the world champion. Now, to be ranked in the top 5 of this one, you have to be pretty stellar. And this early since our rebirth, we really can't give you a top 5 as to who is the #1 contender and who's not. However, Kotura is the next man to go after the heavy metal machine for the world title, coming up here at Money in the Bank. After beating Sean the Hurl and shoving him back down, because, I mean, let's face it, a cruiserweight versus a heavyweight, I mean, it could have happened. He could have pulled Rey Mysterio, but in the end, he could not do it. Looking forward to seeing what happens in the weeks to come. What's going to happen between Logan and Hardcore? Is Hardcore going to try and go after that title and reverse roles and maybe be the one to take be the first one to take the world title off of Logan's shoulders? We'll see. Folks, make sure you stay tuned for Monday Night Mayhem coming up this next coming Monday. I'm Kyle Malin, and thank you very much for tuning in to a recap show. Have a good weekend!